Welcome to another episode of the High Frequency Chaos. Today, we're going to be diving in to some more alien conspiracy or reality. Now, these videos are not fact-checked, and this is for entertainment purposes only. However, we're going to throw these videos out there for you to make your own discernment, to dive down your own rabbit hole, do your research, and see what's really out there. Explore the unknown.
You ever heard about the aliens that contacted us in 1981 trying to tell us how to stop reincarnating as humans over and over and over again? You're foolish. That's what I thought too, until I heard the full story. In 1981, Carla Rucker, who was a girl from Kentucky, began receiving telepathic contact from a group of entities calling themselves Ra. According to Rucker, these were the stick with me, the collective consciousness from a higher dimension of the planet Venus. They evolved 2.6 billion years ago into a higher dimension, and they came back to give us information and to tell us how to stop reincarnating and much more. Then over the next couple years, they kept this contact going, and there was three of them. There was Carla herself, there was Don, then there was also Jim wrote down everything. Don was the one asking questions. It was kind of written in a Q&A format, and because they were asking questions to this entity, but the entity was actually talking through Carla. And all of these conversations they actually put into a book series, actually I think 4 or 5 books, and it's called The Law of One. So what you're saying is she got possessed. I wouldn't say she was possessed because she had a Bible at her head in order to make contact with them. And also this is all documented extensively, like they had microphones on the whole time. You can actually go listen to the original audios from 1981. Okay. So how do we stop reincarnating over and over then? Well, real quick, I think it's important to understand what the main message of Ra actually is. Here's a quote from session 4. The law of one, though beyond the limitations of name, as you call vibratory sound complexes, may be approximated by stating that all things are one, that there is no polarity, there is no wrong, no right, no disharmony, but only identity. All is one, and that one is love light, or light/love, the infinite creator. So it's about everything being God. Kind of, but it's not a religious book at all. In the book, it actually says that it doesn't matter if you know about the book, The Law of One, and if you don't even know about what the Law of One actually is. That's fine. The only thing you need to do to move on is you need to love and be in service to others. Like get to heaven? Not in the traditional sense at all. In the Law of One philosophy, there are 7 major densities in our universe. Think of them as different thresholds that have been separated off, but they're just different vibrational pockets in which different bodies can exist. Another way to think about it is think about the ocean. When you go down in the ocean, you need to have a specific body in order to go far enough down. And so what the Law of One is saying, and what Ra is saying, is that you need to have different bodies for each density. And again, there's 7 of them. 7 major ones, that is. So then reincarnation is kind of like just playing the game of different bodies with different experiences. So how does loving others get you to a higher density? Well, according to what they're telling us, it's actually just math. If you're more than 50% in service to others, then you'll move on in the positive polarization from this 3rd density to 4th density. But there's also the option to move on negatively, which means you're according to the Law of One, 95% or more in service to yourself. So there really is negative entities.
Now, this guy's pretty much talking about reincarnation, but I do believe that, the more good you do to people or for people, pay it forward, so to speak, the easier your life will be to give back to others generously and to love others with, complete honesty and integrity. I believe that these qualities does make us better human beings and a better society. Now, in regards to reincarnation, I have mixed feelings on it. I do believe in some sense of reincarnation, but we'll do more research on that, and we'll get some TikTok videos or something off the internet, and we will explore it and see the theories of reincarnation.
He doesn't have much time. Okay, finally tell me, what is this other threat?
Now, this one had me thinking. It's very creepy, and also it looks like it was made. It doesn't look too factual. I don't know if that was legit, but what are your thoughts? Do you think that was a legit clip?
So apparently we know of 69 different alien species.
These are just catalog 69 different species, different life forms. There's one species that at full adulthood is about 1.5 feet. There's another species that's 10 or 12 feet. The ones that people often refer to are around 3 to 4 feet, 39 inches or so tall. We have very good forensic drawings from men who've been on the retrieval teams of what these various species look like. The reason they keep coming back, number one, it's not a coincidence that the modern era of all this started when we started detonating atomic bombs. What Edward Teller and Oppenheimer didn't understand when they were developing that is that when you detonate an atomic bomb, you get, everybody knows about an electromagnetic pulse, the pulse that goes out, knocks out all electronic communication. What people didn't know about is there's also a pulse of what's called scalar energy. And scalar is faster than the speed of light.
That's really creepy.
A cigar-shaped ship appeared over the Air Force Base. These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. When it touched the ground, it created an earthquake like about a 3.5 to 4.0. It terrified everybody in the area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. If you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had, and they informed these people at this American Air Force Base.
How come nobody is talking about these pictures? These were taken somewhere in West Africa. People there claim that multiple ships came down to greet them. At first they were scared, but soon after realized that the beings were friendly. Now supposedly they were kind, but they had come to tell the people a message. They said they came to that area because this is where mankind began, and that they had come to warn us, their offspring, of what's to come. Now of course the people there were quick to take photos, and apparently the beings stayed for about 2 hours. They didn't speak with their mouths, but communicated telepathically. Now the message they left the people was frightening. But before I tell you, why do aliens come here and not take me with them? Earth is ghetto, okay? Let's say the aliens came and gave you an opportunity to leave. Your second act gets to come with you. Let me know who it is, and tell me, would you take them with you or leave them on Earth? The message they left behind was this. They said they had good children on Earth and bad children on Earth hiding amongst us, and that there would be a war between both soon. They also said something like planet Nibiru is on its way. I have no clue what that means. Do any of you?
It's a very interesting topic to dive into. There's a lot of conspiracies on planet Nibiru and how it correlates with Planet X. Some believe it's one and the same, or it's two different perspectives entirely. Planet Nibiru can be even correlated to our biblical scripture, talking about wormwood. When an asteroid falls to the Earth and it poisons the water. There's a lot of theories out there. It could be wormwood. Nibiru and Planet X could be the same thing. What are your thoughts on Planet Nibiru?
One of the things you'll learn about Anunnaki is there's hybrids on Earth. Human Anunnaki hybrids. They look like us because they're half human. And they made sure in the genetics that they were going to look like human. And these are the ones we call Nephilim.
How on earth did the Dogon tribe know about the things they did? Keep in mind they knew all this 700 years ago. When scientists questioned the Dogons, they said that the knowledge wasn't actually theirs, and that it was passed down from these ET beings they called the Nommos. This explains why they had cave drawings of our solar system, as well as the star Sirius where these beings were from. Cave drawings showed a flying saucer coming down from the heavens, making a large hole in the ground and filling it with water. They then actually went into the water, went up to the edge, and talked with the tribe, after which they explained where they came from and gave them the information that's depicted in the caves. Dogons actually describe these beings much like fish people or dolphins. Now the strange thing about all this is that these same dolphin beings appear in 12 different cultures all over the world. In places like Sumeria, one of the earliest civilizations, in India with Hindu culture, even in Peru, where the Incas tell the same exact story as the Dogons. Now to you this might just be one strange coincidence, but I definitely don't think it is. Would you look at that, it's them again.
The blue Arcturians originated from the Arcturus star system, alternatively referred to as the Boötes star system, located approximately 36.66 light-years away from Earth. According to Alex Collier, who claims to be in contact with these beings and has been teaching about them for 3 decades, they possess distinct characteristics and a fascinating history. Initially, the blue Arcturians migrated from Arcturus to the Andromeda constellation, where they offered assistance in various capacities. This relocation also earned them the name Andromedans. As sapient extraterrestrial beings, they primarily inhabit the Andromeda constellation but originally hail from the Andromeda galaxy. Billions of years ago, they migrated to Arcturus and subsequently settled in the Andromeda constellation. Notably, the Andromedans have the ability to exist as humanoid beings or as energy beings, capable of residing in either a material state or a state of pure electromagnetic energy in the 7th dimension. In their role as guardians of the galaxy, the Andromedans consider certain races, such as reptilians, to pose a threat. As a result, individual Andromedans are prohibited from establishing communication with such races. They possess the remarkable ability to vibrate between the 3rd and 7th dimensions, allowing for diverse forms of existence. Physically, their height ranges from 4 to 15 feet, with weights ranging from 100 to 280 pounds. Their skin tones vary from green, blue, to violet, while some have hair and others like it, with a wide range of colors. In appearance, the Andromedans resemble glowing humanoids, featuring bright spherical white eyes and 3-fingered hands. Strikingly, they lack mouths and nostrils, seemingly unfamiliar with the concepts of eating and smelling. While their vision differs from that of humans, they can perceive individuals by detecting their brain patterns. Biologically, this species is nitrogen-based but possesses the ability to exist as an electromagnetic state, granting them effective immortality. Furthermore, they occupy a quadridimensional plane rather than a tridimensional one. Their powerful electromagnetic radiation can inadvertently disrupt machinery and shatter glass structures when in close proximity. However, they also possess the capacity to heal human wounds and form part of an interstellar federation known as the Council of Andromeda. The Andromedans possess varied goals for planet Earth and humanity. Their objectives range from eliminating hostile extraterrestrial presence to advocating for the use of electric cars. While their intentions appear benevolent, their true goals for humanity remain uncertain due to evidence suggesting their presence on Earth dates back to ancient times, including during the reign of the ancient Hindus and Egyptians. Standing between 6 and 10 feet tall, the Andromedans are highly intelligent and benevolent beings. They live as separate entities but share a collective consciousness, working towards the betterment of the whole rather than individual pursuits. They exhibit a profound spirituality, possess telepathic abilities, and reside in communal-style homes characterized by unconditional love. As teachers, the Arcturians have arrived on Earth to assist humanity in its spiritual ascension, particularly during challenging periods. Those who have incarnated in human form aim to awaken and activate individuals, reminding them of their true nature as spiritual beings inhabiting a human body.
And there are species called the Carians, who were the first beings incarnated in the universe, known as the Master Race, the oldest and ancient of all species. They live in the Orion constellation, and they developed bodies of varying colors and sizes, and only some wear clothes. They can be anywhere from 12-13 feet tall. There is one group who are mammalian but very different from humanoid. The body type of these entities is humanoid, and the facial structure is angular, sharper, resembling a bird or eagle, though these are still human-like mammals. These entities are very intellectual, calm, civil, and courteous. They seem friendly and don't have a temper or fixation on dominance and power. They consider themselves primarily scientists, explorers, and philosophers, and they do not engage in galactic politics, but they do travel and visit. Like the original feline Lyrans, the Carians first arrived in this universe when it was being created. The Carians retrieved a new planet in the Orion constellation for their home, and they continued to be oriented toward Lyran principles. It was more tropical in design and featured an abundance of humid swamps and jungles. It also had more islands than large land masses. The Carians were etheric and had to develop physical bodies from the life forms evolving on the planet's surface. They chose the life form that would become the bird, and over a period of hundreds of thousands of years, they developed bodies. When their physical vehicles had reached a certain level of development, they began genetic crossing with certain reptiles that had evolved in the swamps and warmer regions of the planet. The result of this genetic program was the creation of a new hybrid race known to us as the Draconian reptilians, who became more abundant than the purebred Carians, and they called their creators Master Race and fought with their makers for dominance. Throughout the eons preceding our existence, a cosmic conflict has forever raged, primarily involving the fallen and unfallen angelic beings of all dimensions. These celestial forces wielded their influence over the physical universe, either for malevolent or benevolent purposes. At different points in time, one group may gain control over a portion of the other's physical dominion or territory. However, it's crucial to note that the ancient struggle between these two factions, Christ consciousness versus reptilian ego, isn't a result of a so-called dualistic reality. The notion that good and evil cannot exist independently is entirely erroneous. The lower astral evil alien entities should be regarded as a malignancy or virus afflicting the universe, an unnatural ailment that doesn't belong in the grand tapestry of creation. Our mission is to defeat the darkness and bring ourselves and all to the light, back to the creator of all. Let us clarify the essence of this episode and channel. We want to emphasize that our platform is not associated with any religious or Scientology beliefs. Our mission is firmly rooted in the pursuit of knowledge, the cultivation of a deeper comprehension of the universe, and the promotion of unity, light over darkness, and Christ consciousness among humanity. If you enjoyed this episode, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel, Astral Legends, where we delve into ancient mysteries and legends. See you on the next episode.
All right, so what are your thoughts on aliens? Do you believe that aliens exist? Do you believe that they have lived amongst us, and that they have a lot of pull, when it comes to our governments and our worldly systems? All right, that's another one for the HFC podcast. Great watching these reaction videos with you. Until next time, HFC is out. Peace, love, and as always, be safe in these dark and deceptive times. HFC out. Peace.